in the Midlands, a man accused of killing his neighbor's nephew over a lottery ticket will stay behind bars after a judge did not set bail today. His neighbor says the man had always been a decent person to live next door to until he wasn't. Our Kiana Jordan live now following this story all day. Talked with the victim's family member who was there when everything unfolded. What can you tell us here?
Yeah, Brian, the victim's aunt says her neighbor Paul had been a fairly decent neighbor and that what happened is still unbelievable. She says what breaks her heart the most is knowing that her nephew was a kind-hearted man that always worked to avoid conflict and trouble. Georgia Anna Montgomery left to care for her 67-year-old nephew, Matthew Flemming's dog, Rocky, after he was shot to death in her backyard Wednesday night.
And it wasn't necessary. Nothing is necessary of somebody taking the life of another person.
Montgomery says her nephew Matthew had been at her house and working on her yard when she joined him after getting off of work before things took a turn.
My neighbor had been helping him some earlier before I got off from work, and they were getting along fine, I felt like.
Her neighbor, 70-year-old Paul Williams, accused of shooting Flemming. Thursday afternoon, a judge saying he will stay behind bars until another bond hearing in General Sessions Court. Montgomery says her nephew took Williams to the store Wednesday, but his demeanor changed when the two came back.
When he got back, he was like a little bit different person. He began to quote scriptures, and I asked him not to get so loud because then he began to accuse a neighbor of stealing some money from him and stuff. And I said, don't do that. After a while, I heard my nephew yell out, "Auntie, come see about your neighbor." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Come see about your neighbor." And when he said that, I heard a shot.
According to a Richland County Sheriff's Department report, a deputy arrived at Williams' home around 7:45 that night because he called them about a lottery ticket being stolen from him. According to the report, the deputy on scene heard a gunshot and saw Williams with a gun in his hand. The report goes on to say Williams said, quote, "That's the one that keeps stealing my lottery ticket."
It broke my heart because not just that he's my nephew, but he would always try to avoid disturbance or any kind of violent move, you know.
Now, Matthew Flemming was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. He leaves behind 2 daughters and grandchildren. Flemming's longtime dog, Rocky, will go to one of his daughters. Williams will have another bond hearing in General Sessions Court coming up. Live in studio, I'm Kiana Jordan.